Hi, my name is Jeremy, and for the last year and a half, 2 years, I've developed a telepathic connection with spirits. One is called Isis, or Kuan Yin, or Lakshmi, depending on what culture you're from. She's a goddess of white light, and she has taught me how to fight in a spiritual war against darkness. Darkness exists in our skies, especially above every city, much like the Matrix. There is evil beings in another dimension right above us that are demons, and they are impulsing humans like robots or like puppets, just like a jellyfish in the sea. Above us is a sea of electromagnetic energy from the earth and from the sun. These divine beings that we call angels are actually beings that live on stars. Sirius, the sun, and these gods are demigods. So there's one main god, and that main god is in the middle of the galaxy, but from there is connected to universal paradise that goes beyond the physical plane. It's a non-physical energy within a spiritual universe that invades past the material universe, and it is a golden light of sound and light, and stars and suns actually play like musical instruments. The electromagnetic vibration moves by sound or music. That's why all the angels or gods in every culture is always associated with music. Egypt, India, Greek, Roman, the angels of the Eastern culture, shamanic, bird tribes of the American culture, Mayan culture, and South American culture. It's because they use the sunlight to bring it into your chakra system, and your chakra system pushes out and becomes, as it swirls around inside of you. And just like Iron Man, if you do this in the sunlight for at least an hour, and you can bring the light into your chakra system, it'll vibrate out like a light body. So, directly above us, especially in cities, New York, Los Angeles, everywhere else, is negative beings that basically have, if you notice that a lot of UFOs look similar to a jellyfish, well, it's because they're in a sea above us and the tentacles come down. And in the Vedic culture, it talks about how the material world, we develop these attachments to materialism, and every time we make a bad decision or produce a bad energy, just like in the Matrix, our negative energy, our negative emotions of jealousy, hate, anger, disbelief go out, and they use this energy collectively. So like over one city they'll have 8 million tentacles feeding the power system above us in the 5th dimension to where we can't see. So anyways, like a shaman dances like an eagle bird, and it brings the good vibrations in, so the good energy and good vibrations, and each one of us is a power source. The good energies and the good angels and good beings feed off of our positive energy. The negative ones feed off our negative energy. So the negative ones produce things in our life, situations, and then impulses like robots to make bad decisions to produce negative energy. Las Vegas is a perfect example of this, to where they plowed out all the concept of natural energy and have replaced it with a false world in which hatred and anger, whenever you gamble and then you lose, you get that negative energy comes off you. Well, 100 people doing that is a powerhouse for negative beings. So anyways, to combat this, we have this solution. Take a copper pipe. You put caps at the end. Inside of it, you take a crystal. These crystals are what Atlantis used. Atlantis was actually a spaceship that is as big as maybe a tenth of the Earth. And it landed in first the Pacific and then the Atlantic. First was Lemuria and then the Atlantis. And this was the energy that they used, was sunlight. Sunlight, if you take the plasma of the sunlight and can link it to us, it can use to power aircraft, it can power cars, it can power cities. Taking the plasmatic energy is what the higher dimensional beings in the fifth dimension, every planet has beings on it in the fifth dimension. Directly above us is a whole nother Earth that's made out of light, a whole other space, just like in the Matrix where they fogged up the Earth so the sunlight can come in, so the beings cannot use sunlight as their power source. That is what God, as a very powerful multidimensional being, has cut off the demons, which are fallen angels, so they have to feed off human aura to survive. Now, if you can bring the sunlight in through music vibration, what I do is get a little music player. I listen to Tiesto, Bombage, or other dubstep music or Enya, and bring the sunlight into my body with the musical vibration. If you've ever seen the movie Dark City, it shows how we have this ability to tune like a dolphin uses sonar. Our minds can tune with music and light, and that's what consciousness the gods have. Whenever you see a Indian Hindu god with a conch shell, that's that musical vibration, and that right there is what gets rid of the negative beings from around you. Any negative energy, marijuana is very good, but any other drugs kind of create negative energy, except for hallucinogens. If you can bring positive energy from hallucinogens, it really brings the light. The stars can fire like a laser onto the planet and remove all these negative beings. So you want to do this to your house, you want to bring the sunlight to your room, and cleanse your body, your soul. The aura around you, it's like an egg around you, about 3-4 feet out in each direction, and it's called the tree of life. Now, the sunlight coming down into you and going out your chakras is called the tree of life. So as you can, if you can spin it, if you've ever seen in the Hindu culture that the demigods are just like angels. Every culture had a different version of it. And this is the book of Krishna. This is Krishna's life story, basically. 5,000 years ago, he had to battle these same demons. So as you see right here, this right here is showing the celestial, it's saying that he was cleansed in the celestial waters. So imagine that's a star shooting its water energy at your self, your soul, and cleansing your soul and the surface of the earth. This right here is how the fire of the sun can be spread around you. This right here is Krishna. Now he's the supreme being. The rainbow behind him is how your aura should look and how it can look after a lot of this work. That right there is him battling a demon. using his fists, or you can do Tai Chi just like that, using sound vibration and moving the energy. So anyways, this right here is our defense. This is how we destroy the demons around us and above us. You want to go just like Viracocha in the South American culture with his a staff, just like in Osiris in the Egyptian culture is a staff. Well, this right here, you want to collect the golden energy of the sun and spiral it around like gold, like a copper coil. You want to do that around all your chakras. Okay, and then that will be your light body, and then around your aura or your tree, and you'll see these beings that are from the sun. They actually live by the sun, and they feed off the plasmatic energy in the fifth and higher dimensions. Though the world that we live in, our consciousness is tuned into this vibration, and that's why we're in this vibration. But directly above us in another musical octave is another vibration. Just like a radio station, your consciousness is tuned to one spot. So our spirits are tuned to another one. I personally am living as a being of light in the sun at the same time as here. All the stars together are like one big world, and that is eternity. That is the afterlife. So take the musical vibration, just like a shaman, and take the crystals, and just like a ring of light around it, you fire it up, boom, 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 shooting out all the negative beings in the sky, especially if you're in a big city like New York, and you want to fire it, bam, bam. But the copper itself makes it shoot like a gun or a missile, and it actually destroys those negative beings. So shoot like this, listen to the musical vibration, fire it out. In the sunlight, bring the sunlight in. In the starlight, shoot the stars like a laser, all the stars coming into you. This, if you've ever seen the movie Avatar, is what they're talking about, the tree of life. The tree of life is all the stars in one big energy of lightning. So if you can imagine lightning and sunlight. The sunlight gets rid of all the clouds. You can actually make the sunlight dissipate the clouds if you do this right. You can imagine yourself in the sun, bring the musical vibration through the clouds, and you watch the cloud actually disappear. So, anyways, we have a job to do. There's tons of negative beings in our skies right now. The Earth needs our help. So everybody, let's get at this. Thank you.